everybody can see. I mean, Trump has been really interesting of late, and nobody else has really talked about this. Everybody sort of said, well, he's not working hard. I mean, they released a part of his schedule yesterday. Somebody leaked a part of his schedule that said he had 60% of his time was spent, not just on executive time. They called it not knowing what he was doing. Maybe he was just watching TV or something like this. Trump, I've said this from the beginning, Trump learns stuff. And he changes. He is very, very changeable. He uses his strategies in the moment, and he changes his strategies. And he has kept an extremely low profile of late. It has been going on for a long time because he knows that the extremism of the left is the best thing he's got going for him. So he has kept a really low profile. And the stuff he's saying, one of the things we were talking about, how the abortion debate, the abortion stuff that Ralph Northam said is really the reason that the left is loving this distraction onto this ridiculous racism thing. On Monday, a Democrat senator, Senator Patty Murray, blocked a Senate bill that would require doctors to give aid to babies who survived abortions. This is the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. And Ben Sass said, come on, give it this support. And she blocked it. It's that kind of extremism that is serving Trump. And so Trump has pulled this, nobody wants to talk about the border security in Congress. Trump has pulled this front and center. He has done it by main will. He has done it himself. And he's controlled the media as he always does. And now he's got Pelosi in a position where she looks like the extremist. He was on CBS, I believe it was, for a Super Bowl interview, and the woman there was trying to make it look like, oh, well, Pelosi beat you up, didn't she? And Trump's response is very, very calculated. Here's the exchange.
You had quite the showdown with Speaker Pelosi. What did you learn about negotiating with her?
Well, I think that she was very rigid, which I would expect, but I think she's very bad for our country. She knows that you need a barrier. She knows that we need border security. She wanted to win a political point. I happen to think it's very bad politics because basically she wants open borders. She doesn't mind human trafficking, or she wouldn't do this because,
she offered you over $1 billion for border security.
Excuse me?
She offered over $1 billion for border security. She doesn't want the wall.
She's costing the country hundreds of billions of dollars because what's happening is when you have a porous border and when you have drugs pouring in and when you have people dying all over the country because of people like Nancy Pelosi who don't want to give proper border security for political reasons, she's doing a terrible disservice to our country.
So I love the interviewer. I mean, she starts out basically, you can tell that what she wants to say is she wants Trump to say how tough Nancy Pelosi is, and he really goes after Pelosi and paints her as an extremist, which in this case she is definitely being. There is an absolute compromise to be made here, some stuff for the dreamers, some stuff for the wall. She won't make it. And the interviewer actually says, well, she offered you $1 billion. I mean, $1 billion in government budget terms is a nickel. I mean, that's nothing. So what is she talking about? And now Lindsey Graham has come out in support. It's hard to tell here in this comment that he makes whether he is supporting the idea of Trump declaring an emergency or simply declaring the idea of using the military to put up barriers. But he's basically sending the message to his fellow Republicans, stand with the president, because if you desert him now, no matter where you stand on this issue, you're going to lose everything, which is politically absolutely true.
I think shutting the government down is not a good way to get the wall built. The best way to get the wall built is to work with Democrats if they will work with the Republicans to build a wall and do some other things. But it doesn't look like Nancy Pelosi is going to give Democrats much space. So if I were the president, what I would do is use the power of commander-in-chief to go down to the border, not just send troops, but actually erect barriers. What's the difference between a soldier being sent to secure the border and a soldier being sent to put up a barrier to secure the border? Legally, none. To my Republican colleagues, we do not need a war over the wall. The Democrats are pushing back to the president. The last thing we need as Republicans is for us to undercut his ability to go it alone if he has to.
The one thing also, just as a point of interest, because I'm interested in this, is if you step back a little bit, Trump is really changing the entire conversation on foreign policy, which is where a president has his most power. And Walter Russell Mead, this guy I like so much in the Wall Street Journal, he had a really good column about this, how he's essentially refocusing American foreign policy on our own hemisphere. He's saying, let's get out of the Middle East where we can't do all that much good. Let's get rid of this endless war in Afghanistan, a point on which I actually agree with him. And let's focus on these countries that are right here in the hemisphere and are giving us problems on our borders. And that is a real change of pace. He's basically dissing the State Department and the diplomats and all this. He's basically saying the people in charge don't know what they're doing. I have a better idea. I'm going to change things. And he's kind of making a dent. I mean, I think it was interesting when Congress recently voted, oh no, we should stay in Afghanistan. And you thought, like, why? For what? What are we going to get out of this? Is it really true that we can keep Afghanistan from descending into the chaos that has been its history and its tradition forever? When I was there, I came back from Afghanistan. I was only there for a brief time, but I came back from there thinking we should get out. I mean, I felt that Barack Obama got this exactly wrong. Iraq was the right war. Afghanistan was a war we could never win. We should have gone in, caused some havoc, killed some people, and left. And I feel Trump is right about this. But he's shifting. This thing about the border is part of a large shift in foreign policy that actually does have a shape and a reason behind it. Whether you agree with it or not, there are parts of it I agree with, parts that I disagree with. But it's really interesting to me that people, because they hate Trump so much or love Trump so much, are not considering the philosophy behind it and what he's actually doing, which really is kind of interesting. And like I said, Mead wrote a really good column about it today. We're going to talk to Jen.